Today we are going to be talking about lighting and how you can transform your YouTube studio to look from this to this using only 3 simple lights that you can buy on Amazon. And at the end of the video I'm going to show you a filter that you can get for your camera lens to make your footage look a little bit more dreamy and cinematic. Let's get into the video. So for the main light, I am using the GVM SD80D, and you can get this light on Amazon for around £140. And what's good about this light, it actually comes with a tripod, softbox, and this honeycomb grill that helps you to control the direction of the light better, which is an important thing to have, especially if you have like a small room. Well, yeah, small room like mine, because it helps you just to control that light and where it's going. Because if I didn't have this honeycomb grid thing, it would literally, the light will be everywhere instead of just pointing directly at me. Yeah, I'll be fine. Now, the main reason that I got this light was, 1 is because it was cheap, and 2 is because it's very quiet. Okay, so I'm probably about an arm's way away from the light. Now I got the microphone here, and this is what it sounds like. I don't know if you can hear anything, but the fan is on. So here's what it sounds like a little bit closer. And in all honesty, this is probably the quietest light I've used so far. So the reason why I put this tape here is because it tends to leak light just there. It's not a major thing, but it's just a little bit annoying. Now, the positioning of this light is probably the most important part. The right position of this light is what's going to give you that cinematic look. Now, in the past, I've tried many positions, but none of them really worked that well. It didn't really sound right, but anyway, here's how to position this light correctly. To explain it a little bit better, let me just draw you a picture of what my studio looks like. So, if you can imagine, this is my desk, like that. Okay, so I sit here, and the light stand is here. Imagine that's the tripod, and then the dome. Yeah, I'm not very good at art. The dome goes here, and the light shines this way. And let's draw my little head. So that's where you kind of want the light to be going. And that like creates this little shadow in your face here and brightens up this part of your face. Does that make sense? Now let's move on to the background lights. For this, you can actually just do your own kind of experiments. You don't have to copy exactly what I did, but here's what I like to use. So the first light is this cheap and simple RGB light that I got on Amazon, and you can get it for around £40. And the good thing about these lights is that you can change different colors to suit your preferences. Now you can use these lights for different things, not just for your background. Now I've actually been using these lights for a few years now, back when I was doing photography. And even to this day, these lights are very handy to have, especially when you need that extra light. So they are pretty good investment for any beginner content creators. But now let's talk about my favorite light of them all. Now I don't know where I got this light. I think I got it from Amazon, but honestly, it's one of probably the best LED lights that I got, because you can turn the brightness down if you want, or turn it up. And it kind of represents the whole idea why I started a YouTube channel. It was to hustle, but be humble at the same time. And it kind of just sits here with blue tack. Because if you don't put the blue tack on them, it kind of just slips and falls. There you go. And that just creates like a very nice light in that corner, so it doesn't look too dark there. And sometimes I have this thing on as well, where it literally just says on there, but it's not major. You don't really need that. So that's it. Those are literally the 3 lights that I use to make my room look more cinematic. I'm not sure if cinematic is the right word. Can we just say like look a little bit more professional? Yeah. So these are the lights that I use to make my room look a little bit more professional. But before I go, let's talk about filters. So not long ago, I got my hands on some black diffusion filters. And the ones I got are made by K&F, and they come in 2 different strengths. You have the 1/4 and you have the 1/8. So the 1/4 is the
higher strength and 1/8 is the lower strength. It's a bit backwards, I know. But for anyone who doesn't know what black diffusion filters do, they basically soften out the light and give you that dreamy glow look effect. But these are a complete personal choice, like you don't need to have these on. The reason that I have them on is just because I like that kind of dreamy look effect that you get out of these. Because I'm shooting on Sony and my Sony camera is just a little bit too sharp, even with the sharpness turned all the way down. And the thing is, these are only about 50 quid on Amazon. So if you buy them and you just like decide that you don't actually like the look of them, you're not gonna be breaking the bank. Because some of these filters, they go for mega money and it's just not worth it unless you're a professional filmmaker. So that's it. You now guys know my whole YouTube setup and all the equipment I'm using. And of course, I'll leave all the links in my description below. And if you buy it using my links, I get a small commission. And if this video given you any value, then you know what to do. And as always, I'll see you lot in the next one. Cheerio. Studio to look from this. To this.